Good, so everyone should be seeing my charts. There should be 3 of them up. Perfect. We've got a bunch of people that showed up for a great giveaway this evening, which we love to see. Good evening to, I see we have some of our regulars in here that are trade with us in the evenings and two mornings a week. Good to see some of you. I thought some of the best examples would actually be to bring up some live charts. But what I need to do really quickly here is reload Ninja because I had my computer suspended a little while earlier today. Let's just wait for everything to reload, make sure that everything is current and good to go. Give a special shout out to some of our regular attendees. Eileen, good to have you. Hope you had a great Scottish Filipino Thanksgiving on the south side of Chicago. Everyone likes those. Good evening to Junkyard Jerry. Great to have you in the room, Junkyard. The gentleman, Alan L. Good to see you. And good evening to Barry and Alan, Amity, Arnie, Chris, Christopher, Chuck, Dan. Nice to have you in the room. 3 Garys. Glenn, nice to have you in the room. Hardy and Heron, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And H, Jack, good evening. Jay, nice to have you in the room. JD, Jeff, Justin, good evening. Mark, Michael, Michelle, Morris, good to have you in the room. Fong, Paul, Reg, nice to have you in the room. Good to see you again. Richard, Rob, Ron, Steve, Timo, Vec, nice to have you in the room. Yeah, we'll be starting here in a minute or two. We're immediately going to have a great giveaway. We'll get rolling here in another minute or so. Okay, Reg, we got, and again, I'm just going over a couple of the quick questions and comments that we've got. Well, we got that issue fixed, Reg. Everybody can see my screen. Yeah, we're going to kick it up a notch. Definitely are. No doubt about that. Cesar, we're actually not going to be talking about stocks this evening. However, the software works brilliantly on stocks. And the gentleman that really invented the software a number of years ago and has been running our day room for the last 7 years or so, I'm sure he would be more than happy to jump in at one point and talk a little bit about how well the software works on stocks. No problem, Hardy, thanks. Oh, thanks, got it. Okay, perfect. Just getting a text here, making sure all the communication stuff is working. Happy Turkey Day, good to have you in the room, Chris. Did you, I don't suppose you went kayaking today by any chance, did you? All right, let me just, okay, so we got one chart. This is adjusted correctly. Let me just do this. Originally, I wasn't going to have all my charts up, but I thought that, number one, if we have a good example of this, it's going to allow us to actually do some live trading, which I am always looking forward to. Let me make sure and check if I have my 6A strategy enabled. Six A was not enabled. Just enable one thing quickly here. Good. All right. Okay, so about 1 more minute. Mark, good to have you in the room. If you just want to say, give a quick hello, that'd be great. Guess Mark is being shy right now. That's all right. We're just waiting for Dave Hammond, Dave H., who is our room coordinator. Hey, Mark, good to have you in the room. Thanks for showing up. Well, great. We've got a bunch of people here. So let me begin sort of with I'll get the logistics out of the way. My name is David Lewis. I am the room coordinator for Nightline Trading. As we like to say, trade right at night. Our software is based upon the right line trading, and we trade each evening, Monday through Thursdays, from 6:30 p.m. to around 8:30 p.m. Central. And then we do 2 pre-market sessions a week. We do that Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., 2 mornings a week. We specialize in trading a number of different markets. Those include the NQ, the ES, the YM, oil, gold, the 6J, the yen, the 6A, the Aussie dollar. I mentioned gold as well. The Nikkei is one of the markets that we watch. And basically during the evenings, we watch the primary futures markets. So it's basically gold, oil. We watch the NASDAQ and we watch the ES, and then we'll watch the foreign currencies or the foreign markets for Asia, because right now in Tokyo, it is 12 p.m. on Friday, and on Sydney, it is 1 p.m. So those markets are active and rolling. And then during the morning sessions, we will look at trading the European instruments, which are also being traded, being obviously 6 hours later than Central Time. Our focus in the room is a little bit different. For those of you not familiar with the software, and it looks like we have a bunch of new people who may be seeing this for the first time, the software basically is designed to show and identify some unique areas that you may not see in other software. And we work off of something that we call the trend line. And let me blow up a chart here really quickly, and I'll take gold as an example. And if you look at the thick green line going up here, starting at 1923 this evening, and then continue to go up. Basically what we're looking to do is if we see our trend line is green and we see the candle bodies are relatively close to the trend line, that is one of the indicators that we look for. It's actually one of our primary indicators. The thing that sets up each of our trades, be it either a long or a short trade, is the yellow trend line, because we know when the trend line is in a neutral bias, we're looking for it to either break out short, at which point the trend line will go yellow, will go red, or for it to break up in a bullish direction. And obviously we have price action. So I want to point out a couple of different indicators that we use. And then what I'm going to do is show you about a 2-minute clip. I think it's about 3 minutes. It actually shows a live trade that we took. And then we'll come back, kind of explain a little bit more, talk about some of the advantages of trading during this evening. But a few things to look at. Number 1 is the trend line. Number 2 is you're going to see some dotted lines on here. This is one of our pivots. It's a proprietary area of support or resistance that the software will draw on the charts automatically. The gold line right here is the VWAP. The purple dash line is previous session close. The purple line is current session price open. I'm also going to invite you to and the way that we take trades is we do kind of a scan from the top of the chart, going to the bottom of the chart, or as we like to say, we work it from north to south. So also pay attention to the 3 lines that you have here. And then the other 2 critical lines I want to point out is this black line within our histogram is called the Laguerre. This is a critically important indicator for us. And also this purple dash line is what we like to refer to as fractal energy. And so when we take the trend line along with the Laguerre, along with fractal energy, we have a potential setup. And what you're looking at is a setup that would have triggered for us to take a long at, we would have gotten in this trade right on this candle. And we would be looking to get out usually on the second retracement candle. What you're going to find is during the night or during low volume market conditions, which obviously we have this evening, especially given the fact that we had a major holiday here in the US, and I know we've got some people from other parts of the world. Looks like we have a few people from Australia, from New Zealand. You notice the number down here, this number 1, shows the number of contracts being traded per minute. That does not necessarily dissuade us from taking a position long or short on low volume, There are just some adjustments we need to make. And the way that we make those adjustments is by working with a chart trader that has a stop strategy built into it. And this is a customized chart trader that is based upon something that we call the NDT. And this is our NDT. And it is a way that we get in and out of trades, allows us to get much better fills, much better positions in and out. Also not to have to deal with some of the slippage typically associated when trading futures, either in a high volume or low volume environment. So hopefully that gives everyone a little bit of just a quick overview, but I said I'm going to start with a contest. Dave, let me know if our trusty room coordinator is in the room. Dave, are you with us as yet?
I'm here, David.
Great. So I thought we'd start off with a contest, and I was thinking the contest would be, what do you say, 2 free months in both rooms, both the night room and the day room? How does that sound as a contest to get things going?
That sounds good. I know we've got some people here that are in the night room. I'm not sure who the day members are, so let us know if you are already a member, and we'll find something else to give you if I draw it here. Let me just give me 1 second here. Adding a couple more names into my little. Here, a couple people just show up. Wow, just great crowd tonight.
Yeah, what Dave is doing is basically going to cut and paste the names out so we can have our drawing. So we're giving over $10,000 away worth of software and goodies, and we're absolutely going to do that. I'm very excited about that.
Give me 1 second here.
And by the way, if you hear what sounds like a robot in the background, no, that's not his wife. Having drunk 3 bottles of wine is a little bit punchy because of tryptophan. David recently got Alexa, and he sometimes deactivates it by mistake.
Yeah, she's turned off.
Jay's saying he needs to win the Auto Trader. Guess what? We're giving away an Auto Trader tonight.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, Alexa's sleeping. She was cooking earlier, so she's asleep.
Okay,
turn her back on. So hold on 1 second here. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, will do. All right, so while Dave is getting set up for the first contest, I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of a live trade that we took in the room. Yes, in a perfect world, I would have loved to have background bias, but again, we've got a nice angle down. We at least have single dots. The gear is locked short. Fractal energy is dropping. So it's my expectation we're going to get through these two pivots. And there we go, we're making money. Let me adjust my stop accordingly. Protect some profits. I'm not hearing the cash register. Okay, I was taking on target 1. Getting a good pink background, which is what we want to see. We're looking for this thing to continue to move. Because I've got a pivot, I'm going to protect my profits a little bit more. Just be a little bit more conservative. Put it right below the trend line. On pink background bias. And my ultimate goal on this trade is to be able to move my stop to 52.46, which is my target 2, and then I'm playing with house money. I know some of you think that may be a little bit aggressive, so I'm going to move my stop down a little bit, protect a little bit more profit. Yeah, I like the way that things are setting up. What I'd like to see is even the darker dots now appear. And again, for those of you that are a little bit more aggressive, you may have your stop set a little bit higher than mine, and that's okay. It's that individual risk tolerance and what you're comfortable with. It's time for a little herbal tea. That's how I wake up in the mornings. I do not. I stopped doing caffeine when I started on this new diet/eating regime that I shared with everybody in the room about 2 years ago. And there we go. Now we are making money. So my goal is to now move to target 2. And there we go. I'm now at target 2. And we are making money.
Okay, David.
So
I'm sorry.
stop just above the trend line. Keep it there. Yes, we have excellent volume now, 14, 1,500, looking for 15. Could be looking even to get to almost 2,000 contracts a minute. Yep, moving my stop again, rolling it down, projecting profits. I don't know if there are any questions right now, because obviously I'm managing this trade. And if I could take it out here, it is completely okay. You will not hear me complain one iota. Just got taken out. So we have a beautiful trade. These are what I mean by these early morning trades. They're just pre-market trades to me are fantastic. They set up nicely. They're smooth. And right now, I guess everyone is thinking, wow, how do we call the bottom? Again, just used to it. We got a nice move out of it. Am I looking for a reversal? Absolutely. And so again, I pointed out up here, this is what I call a false positive. I'm not immediately taking the long. I'm not taking the other side of the trade when we go from a. Okay, so that'll give you just a little bit of an example. This was actually a pre-market trade that happened at 4 o'clock in the morning when we happened to be trading pre-market. So that was a very, very good example of a pre-market gold trade. All right, so we've already got a couple of questions, but I said we were going to do a contest. So
I've got a name, David. I got everybody loaded.
Okay, so we're good to go.
A winner.
So hold on. I haven't done the contest. Easy, Dave. We'll pick the winner. So here it is. I'm thinking about
for the 2 months free in the day and night room.
2 months free in the day and night room.
Yep.
I am thinking of a word. It's a 3-letter word that's 1 syllable. All right. And it's the only word in the English language. And I know some of you are waiting to try to Google this, but it won't work. It's a 3-letter word. If you add 1 letter to the word, it becomes a 3-syllable word. So a 1-syllable 3-letter word that when you add a 4th letter to it, it becomes a 3-syllable word. So I'll let everybody kind of ponder on that a little while. And if somebody has an answer, go ahead and type it in the chat box, and that's going to be the first prize that we're giving away. Okay, so one of the things that eats, I believe, is a 3-letter word that when you add 1 letter to it, it becomes a single syllable. This is a 3-syllable word, only one that in the English language. 3 syllables, 4 letters. But that was a good one, Daniel. You were thinking you had Thanksgiving on your mind. I can definitely see that. Daniel's choice was eats. Tim won. Congratulations. Tim was the first winner. Very good, Tim. Timo, congratulations. Timo is a winner. The word is area. Very good.
Nice job, Junkyard. You're only the 14th guy. Sorry, nothing tonight. Try again next year, Junkyard.
The word is R. How are you? When you add an A to it, it becomes area. So congratulations to Timo or Timo, if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. If you just go ahead and put in your phone number and your email address in the chat box, Dave will go ahead. Dave Hammond, who is our room moderator, will go ahead. Sorry, room coordinator. Dave will go ahead and get you and fixed up. So congratulations. Now, what is it that allows us, and why does the software work so well, and why do we talk about this thing called a transition trade? So as we know, nobody has the capability of calling either a top or a bottom. No individual can do it. No piece of software can do it. because if you could, you would basically be a billionaire. But one of the things that we know is that price will move from one area, which in this case is right here, either an area of consolidation, will then make a move down here, and then it will go back into another area of consolidation. And what we're looking to do is trade from one transition zone or from one area of neutrality, an area of consolidation, an area of resistance support, down into another. Now, we all know that markets will not move in a linear fashion. We know that they will not do that. However, there are certain predictors that we can see and certain things that the software will do that will allow us to catch a transition zone trade. And obviously the advantage of a transition zone trade is that we're catching you. Oh, I already drew that line. Didn't even realize that. We're catching huge moves. In this case, and I believe this was a pre-market move this morning, obviously, Thanksgiving, we know that we had low volume, but the system still works even in a low volume condition. Our entry would have been right here. And we would have taken this.
Congratulations.
All right. For those of you that trade conservatively, you would have taken 2 points out of this trade. For those of you that are more aggressive, you would have taken you would have taken 4.8 points. And for those of you that are not familiar with gold, I'm assuming pretty much everyone is familiar with gold, on 2 contracts, and most of the folks in the room trading somewhere between 2 to 4 contracts. So you're looking at $400 on the first move. If you were trading 2 contracts and you were more aggressive in the way that you like to manage your stops, you would have made, what is that, $960. And these are the types of moves that we see over and over and over again. You can use this strategy for scalping if you want to, but you can certainly use it for the transition zone trades. And those are the things that we look for. So the key is the red line here, our trend line, coupled with this line right here that I pointed out, and of course fractal energy. If we get all these aligned during the time frame that we're looking for, what we know is we have a really, really good trade. If we don't, we simply sit on our hands. And obviously I'm not using probably the best example, just given that the fact that, well, actually this would have been a perfect transition zone trade for us right here. We could have gotten in this trade. Now granted, because of today, given what it was, we would have been in it for a while. So if you were an aggressive trader, you would have taken it on this candle. If you were a more conservative trader, you could have gotten in right here. And again, I want to scale these just to sort of give everybody a feel for what the expectation would be. 1.6 points. And 8 ticks respectively. Okay, so one of the questions that we had earlier is, will this work on stocks? I believe that Mark is in the room. Mark, if you want to unmute yourself and kind of answer that question, that would be great as well. All right, waiting for Mark to unmute because I want him to specifically talk about stocks and also talk at the same time about our trade scanner or market analyzer and how that works. Nope, Mark may be having technical problems. Oh, there he is. Looks like he's on mute. Mark, still not hearing you.
And well, we got just a second. Timo, Tim, check your email. I just sent you out an email. Going to be sending you the links to both rooms. And once again, congratulations. Once again, Junkyard, I can't give you any more. I'm sorry, Junkyard, can't do it.
Mark, it looks like you're unmuted, but we're not hearing you. Nope, now he's muted again. All right, so let me go ahead and kind of dig through the questions because it looks like we've got a few to answer here.
He's a moderator, right, David?
Yeah, he's.
Make sure here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, David. Hold on 1 second.
Because it says staff too, and it has him listed.
Yeah, I see his microphone. Now it looks like. No, Mark is not in the room right now, David.
Okay. All right, not a problem.
Remember, it's auto. This is his room he uses since we went to pro trading. So I didn't go in and edit my name.
I did. I edited mine. And for those of you, we usually, so one of the things that we did, and Justin, I promise I'll get to your question and I'll get to your question as well, Gerard. We actually used to use GoToWebinar and we switched to protradingroom.com. So Dave and I have been using it. We're just not that familiar. Again, we just haven't used WebEx in a while. So just please bear in mind with us. So yeah, just one or two little logistical problems. So we got a couple questions here.
You know what I'm saying, David? I changed it. That's just the default right there. I always have to go in and change it from him. So Mark's not in the room right now. So.
Got it. Okay, understood. Great. So Justin, as I have the software, noted that you have algos on yours. Is the automated system available? So yes, and Justin, that's very perceptive. And obviously we have people in here that are familiar with the software, have been using it for a while, and some of you that have never seen it before. So let me just show this to everyone. We did release an auto trader within the last couple of weeks. Right now, I have it set up on the YM, on the NQ, on gold, on the ES, the CL, and the 6E. And what I can share with you, Justin, is initially there were 25 licenses available, and that's all the licenses that were going to be made available for 2019. And Mark went ahead and released an additional 5 licenses. I don't know if there may be 2 licenses left. Justin, I have to find out. And then what they're doing is they are taking a waiting list, and the waiting list licenses will be more licenses for the auto trader will become available, I know, in the spring of 2020. The next question you're probably going to ask me, and let me see if I can put my hands on that really question. That question, I actually have the P&L for 1 month of the auto trader. If I can put my hands on it really quickly. Well, let me see if I can do that really quickly, Justin. I don't know if I have. Dave, if you have it, let me know. I have it someplace, but I was working on my desktop earlier and I can't put my hands on it.
Oh, what do you need, Dave? I just had a couple people here message me. Yeah, what do you need, David?
I'm looking for the P&L on the auto trader for the first month. I think we had a gold one and we had a CL one.
Yeah, I think Mark sent that out to everybody, didn't he? Was that in the it was in the webinar, right? I know he shows it in the webinar.
Yeah, it's in the webinar. We have a copy of it. So take a look and see if you still have it, because I know I sent it to you. Actually, Justin, no, Rory is not working tomorrow, but if you'll go ahead and shoot Dave your phone number and your email.
Yeah, we can get it. Yeah, Justin, just put your email in the room and we'll get that sent to you. If not tonight, tomorrow we'll get it out to you and you can check out the numbers for that. I want to say from October 1st to like November 10th, it was a little bit over $4,000, I believe.
Yeah, I believe the net number was $4,000 on the auto trader.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that was
trading, I believe 2 contracts.
Yeah, most of them were set up for 2 contracts. I think the gross profit was 9,000. I know that the net profit minus commissions is right around 4,300. If we can find that exact P&L, I'll be happy to show that tonight. A couple questions regarding what we just showed, so I do want to answer that. Ron is asking, how do you determine which candle to enter in and where on the candle? So, great question. Let me pull up an NDT. Doesn't really matter. I need an NDT. So let's just roll the chart back for a second, right? So I'm only looking at this side. So there's a couple other things I'm going to factor in. There's a couple of things I'm going to factor in immediately, Ron, which is number one, I want to look at the overall condition of the market. So I know that I have current session price open, which is the dotted purple line right at 1456.1. I have the VWAP right here down at 1454. And then I know I have another pivot at 1453. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see what the 30-minute chart is doing, as well as the 4-hour, looking for any pivots that might have occurred or any gaps at an open, either the RTH open or the ETH open. Once I see that I have a yellow trend line that begins to tick up, I immediately, as I talked about it, my eyes go from north to south. I want to look and see what fractal energy is doing. And what we want to see is fractal energy below 60, and we want to see the Laguerre moving from its sell zone up to its buy zone. So those are some things that I begin to look for. As this goes from yellow to green, I become suspicious. Okay, nothing happened. It looks like support is holding from current session price open. I'm looking and all of a sudden, okay, so I start to get, you see the dots and the crosses. That's another confirmational signal that we begin to get that's telling me, hey, my fractal energy is now flat at 60 and my Laguerre line is beginning to drop down. I'm setting up for a short. And again, the chart would print right there. I would see that I have at least a 20% down angle. Now, if I'm an aggressive trader, I don't care about this pivot. I'm going to get in right there. Fractal energies begin to drop. And as we get in a trade, whether it's a bullish trade or a bearish trade, we want fractal energy dropping or being flat. My Laguerre line has now gone in and is sitting at close to 0. And what I'm hoping for is for it to lock short. So on this candle, I am basically going to sell on the close. And that's how I'm going to get into the trade. Sell on close. I get in the close. If I have an ATM strategy, and let me bring that up, that has an automatic stop to it. And I don't have a stop strategy in place. I just have standard stops and standard profit targets, 1, 2, and 3. And again, we have various ATMs that we can recommend. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually manage that stop itself. So in other words, I'm going to start off, I think on gold, I have a 9 or 10 tick stop. Oops. As it begins to move down, I'm going to take it out at target 1, which I think is 7 or 8 ticks. I get taken out on my target 2, and then ultimately what I want to do is I want to move my stop, usually 4 to 5 ticks above the trend line, and that's where I want to keep it, which means I'm usually taken out on the second retracement candle. Yeah, so that would be an example of that. Okay, we got a whole bunch of questions that are rolling in here. Okay, good, thank you. Oh, Gary, oh, thank you so much for doing that, Gary. Yeah, let me take a look. We actually have one of our room members that just emailed us his results for the first 3 days of this week. Hey, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, one thing, we're not going to have a total breakdown of like when Mark did it from October 1st to the 10th of what was pre-market, what was pre-market, what was regular, what was evening. It was just a little bit. I'm not, I think they were running it. David can correct me, from like 8 Central to maybe 1 p.m. Central. And I know that some people have been running it in the night room also. But I don't think we necessarily can say, well, these are the, I know when Mark did it, it's not separated that here, Mark was not running it pre-market. I'm almost positive. so David can jump in and help me on that. But it's pretty much going to be. I know Rory was running it last week. I believe 8-1. Correct, David?
Well, so here's actually one of our room members, and I just want to make sure there was no account numbers or anything. So this is actually one of our room members, and this is for the first. This is for the first 3 days of this week. And Gary, thanks so much for doing that. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary. It's good stuff.
So ESCL, NQ Gold, YM. So it looks to me like net P&L, he's up $1,244.80. And it looks like the auto trader only produced a total of 5 losses from what I'm seeing. Yeah, Gary, thank you so much for doing that. There's a great example of someone who actually got it and is using it. Yeah. Okay, let me go back and again, really appreciate that. One of the things that we do that we think it is a unique feature is that we actually do live one-on-one feedback in the room. So for example, let's say that I have, because we watch it at night, we're watching about 7 different markets. And I may be looking on my main chart and also using the market analyzer, and all of a sudden we have the 6J, we have the yen off to the side, and Gary may say, hey David, I'm looking at the 6J right now, could you pull it up? Because I think I see a potential trade. So what I'll do is I'll pull that trade up and over, we'll maximize, say, okay Gary, let's take a look at this, let's see how the trade is setting up. Yeah, we've got consolidation right here, we've got a potential pivot break. Right here of the major pivot, we've got the VWAP, but right now the Laguerre is locked long, fractal energy is flat below 60. Let's see if we can get a move down. If we get through this, we're looking to take a short. There's our short right there. Let's go ahead and take it. So that would have been an example of how we would have done it. And we would have said, Gary, thank you very much for helping us do really, really well. So that's something that we do, is you get real live feedback and one-on-one coaching. We also do a trader performance coaching call with all the new members. It allows me to learn a little bit about you, take a look at your style, figuring out what's stopping you from being more profitable. Is it FOMO, flop, or FUD? Fear of missing out? Is it fear of losing profit? Is it fear, uncertainty, and doubt? So we really break it down on a one-on-one basis. Absolutely. So let me go back and answer some of these questions because we have a bunch of them. And Cesar, if you will be kind enough, if you want, I will be happy to give you a better breakdown of the NDT. If you will just shoot me an email, my email is davidl@rightlinetrading.com. And actually, let me bring this up. We have an email issue we're trying to fix right now. So Dave has 2 of them. He has Dave H at rightlinetrading.com, but he also has Dave Hammond 67 at gmail.com. We've had an issue with his email. So if it bounces back, Dave H at rightlinetrading.com or David L at rightlinetrading.com. Dave Hammond right here, 67 at gmail.com, because we want everybody to be able to communicate with Dave. Mark, that was really impressive. It really is. Oh, Gary, good to have you in the room. A bunch of people say, I want to win the auto trader. Understandable. Okay, let's keep going through these questions.
Hammer, the most recent question, David, I'm trying to understand what he's asking. Purchase as a free upgrade.
At what time?
Did I miss the most recent one? 10:33.
Okay.
He's speaking about the NDT?
Tomorrow. Tomorrow you may have.
Yeah, when what comes out, I guess.
Okay. I think I know tomorrow's question. Tomorrow, if you will send Rory an email, he's obviously the office is closed tomorrow, but I think he's back in on Friday. Just shoot him an email and ask that question to him. And that's another thing. Speaking of Forex, I'll save that till later. Should we save that till later, Dave?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Um, you might ask Gary, what hours? Well, actually, we can tell that. I think, Gary, did you have that auto trader running from 9 a.m.? Let's see here. Okay, I'm just dealing. Yes, 9. So it was 9 a.m. I mean, we could. So here it is. You can actually see the timestamp. So we started it. It looks like it at 9 a.m. till around 9. Rory was running it from I think 9 to 1 a.m. Eastern. So Gary may have been running it from 9 a.m. I can't tell if it's Eastern or Central, but you can tell 9 a.m. 8:35. So he was running it. It must have been Eastern. Yeah, 8:40. So the earliest one was 8:35. The latest one looks to be about 12:05 p.m. So I'd say he was running it from probably 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Gary, 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 Central. There it is. Thank you. Appreciate that, sir. Absolutely. Okay. Let's go back.
David, when you get 1 second,
Yep.
I need to call you just really quick here. It's important. Just give us 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, guys, we're back there.
Sorry
Had to
about
ask
that. Just
questions. Yep.
little, like I said, Dave and I are very, very good when we're pro trading. We're just not used to using WebEx. It's been a while, a couple months now, so we got rusty at it. So Gary, here's a question. Do you like making money while you sleep? It's a pretty good feeling.
I don't. I mean, it scares me when I wake up and I see my account up $380. It's it's scary. I usually go back to bed.
All right, let me just keep scrolling through these questions because we got a whole bunch of them.
And like I said, the auto trader is customizable. You could trade one contract, you could trade 5 contracts, different markets. Now there are some preset, obviously, settings. But if you wanna take a longer stop, you can do that. Like I said, it's totally customizable. I guess what we need to maybe show or let everybody know here is what the if Gary, what were this? Did you adjust your stops or anything, Gary, on that?
And while Gary's answering that question, I've got a question, a very good question. So how do the subscriptions work to the room? Pretty simple. The night room and the pre-market room is actually right now we are selling what's called a legacy membership, which is up until December the 31st. It includes the pre-market room, which we're currently trading 2 mornings a week, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then again, we trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening, 6:30 till around 8:30ish. If the markets are slow, extremely slow, out of the 6, 7 markets that we trade, we will shut down a little bit early. Otherwise, we'll go to around 8:30, sometimes a little bit later if we're having a lot of action. And then the subscription is $149 a month.
Unknown computer found.
It is a month. Dave, I thought you fed Alexa, and she was already asleep. I guess not. So again, $149 a month, but we are running a special that you'll see at the end of the evening. Oh, and then let's talk about the other. I think we should talk about the other giveaways for a second, Dave. So the full software suite, including everything that we have on either futures or Forex, your choice, the complete suite for everything, and that includes the trade scanner, it includes the auto trader, it includes all the NDTs. That full suite normally $4,999. We are giving away a full suite tonight. You got to be present at the end. Got to confirm it. So that's something we're giving away. We are giving away. What's the other? Oh yes, 1 free year room access for an entire year. Someone is going to get one free active. So it's not a contest, it's a giveaway, and Dave will be doing that at the end. So there's, oh, and we are giving away an auto trader tonight as well, and Dave will be handling that. He's kind of like our Vanna White. Oh, and that's right, I forgot that the most incredible prize we're giving away tonight is a 2020 Dave Hammond workout calendar. And I know that the ladies out there are excited about it, and I know all you guys out there are going to want to get it for the wife, the girlfriend, the significant other. Wow, what an incredible gift. So the 2020 Dave H workout calendar.
Aleem's not here. She's going to be sad.
She's in the room, Dave. So
is she? I didn't see her. I didn't see Aleem.
Okay, let's keep going through some of these questions.
There she, I'm sorry, I see her. Yeah.
All right.
I had my screen pulled down and I was looking at the bottom row of the guests. I see her up top. Happy Thanksgiving, Aleem.
You can program, so question for one of our members down in Houston. You can, on the auto trader, it can be programmed. Yeah, you can scale in, scale out, just depending upon what you want to do. It is highly customizable. Yeah, you can customize it however you want to. All right, let's keep going through these. Good, we got
what markets were you trading, Gary? I mean, I see that you had a really solid 3 days. What markets were did you have the auto trader?
Dave, when you were out of the room for a second, we actually showed those.
Okay, what markets was it? CL and
hold on, let me just open it up again. There you go.
Okay.
ES, CL, NQ, YM,
yeah,
gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Cancel, minimize. All right, we'll keep going through these questions. Wow, this is a good one. So James can't make a decision. Which is going to be a better prize, the auto trader or the Dave calendar? James, I don't know either, but it's a good one. Eileen wants the calendar. Okay, Amity wants the calendar.
This is not me. The calendar's been valued at $999. That's not me saying it. That was a private company did the evaluation. Not me saying it. So it's a value of $999, down from last year, $1,299. I put on a little weight this year, so.
That is, I'm telling you, his humility, it knows no bounds. It covers continents, truly. So thanks, Eileen. And again, it's good to have some of our regular people in.
Yeah, Eileen, hope you had a good day. See some regular faces in here tonight.
Does the room include the tools? It does not include the software. However, we're doing some kind of a crazy Black Friday that you're going to see in a little while. We recommend getting the software, but here's the thing. You have the ability to literally look over my shoulder to ask us any questions that you want, and hopefully we can help you get in to the very best trades. And again, it's not so much about selecting the best trades. We want to avoid taking losers, and that's what the Right Line software absolutely excels at. How many markets can the auto trader trade at once? Do you know what, Celeste? I actually don't know that question. I don't know the answer. I don't know. I know that I've heard 5, 6.
Well, if Gary was running all those concurrently, then that's at least 5, because you said YM, Gold, CL, ES, and Q. If he had it all running and it just picked up what trades, I'm curious, Gary, can it take 2 trades at once? Like if there's a gold
Dave,
setup?
Dave, it can. Mine has. Mine
Okay,
has. Celeste?
Probably,
yeah, and Celeste, if you'll go ahead and just type in your email address, we'll get you that answer. Be happy to do that. Okay, let me try to get through these questions because I was hoping to wrap up in about 45 minutes. Boy, lot of action on the Dave calendar, man. It's gonna be happy. Thanks, Celeste. We got it. Oh, and Ron makes a good point. The number of instruments is obviously going to depend upon your account size. And also, if you're trading out of your own money, you know what the margins are. You know how many lots you could theoretically have based upon that margin. Obviously, if you're a funded trader, you're probably not going to have that restriction. Well, again, depending upon your account size. So that's a great point, Ron. All right, so have we given everyone kind of a little bit of a feel for what it is that we do and how we do it before we go to the next drawing? I just want to make sure that we've answered some of the questions, give everyone a feel. Let me go ahead and bring up the offer, and then we'll jump right into, hold on a second, I just minimized something here. We got a couple more questions. Again, my apologies. I'm just not used to using GoToWebinar. Let's see here. Oh, great question from Tom. What's the value of the Dave H workout routine? Tom, I'm not even sure. It's priceless. That's what I would say. Priceless. Okay. Let me put my hands on the offer. Well, as soon as I can find it, because I had it earlier. Dave, now I'm trying to find it in my files and I'm not seeing it. So let me see if I can bring it up real quick here, because it's a good one. Let me take a look here.
Unknown computer found.
Alexis is being a little obstreperous this evening. She must have eaten too much turkey.
You want me to do a, let me see here. You want me to do a drawing for the?
Yes.
Which one? We've got the full system. We'll do that last.
Let's do a drawing for the auto trader.
Okay. Okay. Make sure nobody else has come in the room. I got everybody. Oh, wow. Hold on. Just give me a second, guys. We have had a couple people come in here the last 30 minutes. Add them into the list here.
And while he's doing that, I would like to know what was the best thing you had for your Thanksgiving dinner or lunch today or Thanksgiving meal? Just curious to know. Huh, pizza. Perry, you're not supposed to have pizza on Thanksgiving? Stuffing, sweet potato casserole, pumpkin pie, no doubt. Pumpkin cheesecake, Daniel, I am envious. That is a good one. Collard greens. Now, Mark, you must be from the South. People from the South would definitely say collard greens.
Okay, give me 20 seconds.
I think I just found it. Yeah, I found it. I found the offer. Let me bring it over.
Okay, real quick. Okay, guys, got a name here. Brad Burdorf. Burdorf, I believe I'm saying that right, correct? B-U-R. Brad Burdorf, you have won the Auto Trader.
Congratulations.
Brad, I know you've registered, so we got your email. Just send me put your email, type it in the room there. I will send you off an email, and I will CC Rory on that, and then he will send you the Auto Trader. It may be Saturday. I think David said, Rory, I know his daughter was sick and stuff. Rory's not going to work tomorrow, so it'll probably be over the weekend. But I'm going to send you an email, CC Rory on that. Let him know you've won the Auto Trader, and he will get you set up. So, like I said, it might be Saturday or Sunday, but he'll get you set up, and then he can help you install that. And like you said, Rory will handle any support issues you need on that, any questions with that. Also, I'm going to send you the webinar that Mark did, which really goes over the Auto Trader. It's almost like a training, so I'll send that to you, and that'll give you a really good grasp of what the Auto Trader does. Mark did that webinar, I don't know, a week ago or so. So I'll send that off to you. And so check your email here. Just give me a little, I'll get it to you here in the next 15 minutes. And congratulations, Brad. Okay, Dave, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dave. I appreciate that. All right. So what is our Black Friday special that we're running? We are doing the Trend 3 software. So the Trend 3 software is normally $19.99. The NDT execution trade platform is normally $1,500. 1 month in the evening room live is normally $149. We are bundling that all together for $999. We are giving a deep, deep discount on that. Now, I'm looking for the other link that we have that is not in here, and that is regarding room access. So what we are doing is, for those of you that have not been in the night room before, we are doing, it's $2, Dave, is that correct? It is a $2 for 1 week offer?
Yes.
Okay, so again, if you want to come in the room for 1 week, the night room, for some reason I do not have the offer up, so we'll have to have that emailed. If you are interested in taking advantage of that, just go ahead and type in your email, and Dave will make a note of that, and we'll go ahead and get that information and link out to you. I'm just going through some of the other answers here. Okay, so this is the best thing I ever had on Thanksgiving. Someone is saying the hours for the night room, Denny, are 6:30 p.m. Central to 8:30 p.m. Central, Monday through Thursday. The pre-market room, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings from 4 a.m. Central to 6 a.m. Central. Nick, the NDT platform wouldn't be used with the Auto Trader because the Auto Trader has its own executions built into it. John, got it. Okay, got that. So Tamir is asking the difference between the system that I'm showing, the Trend 3. The Trend 3 system is a little bit of a lighter system. If you're going to trade evening and pre-market, you may not necessarily want to start with a full-blown software. The Trend 3 has a lot of indicators that you can use to identify the trade setups that we use, and you're not making just as a significant investment. That is the difference. Absolutely, Hardy, we'd be happy to do that. Denny, happy to do that. Amity, got it. Got that. Okay, so so Dave, what should we go ahead and give away next?
Just give me 1 second here.
Okay. Yeah, and obviously, if you want to take advantage of the software special, you can certainly go ahead and do that. Everyone will be receiving a link. However, we don't have a link to the room special, so if you'll just go ahead and mail us and say room special, we'll go ahead and get you the link for that.
Yeah, if you guys are looking to take advantage of this Black Friday special with the Trend 3 trading system, the NDT trade execution platform, and 1 month in the evening room, that is for $9.99. Let us know in the room. I'm getting a ton of emails here. I just need to know which it's for. So like Amity, Denny, Hardy, Michelle. If just type in Black Friday, or just type in special in your email if you want the link for the $9.99 offer with the Trend 3, the NDT trade execution platform, and the 1 month in the room. We'll do it that way.
Now, one of the things that we are looking at and exploring right now, and I started to talk about this, and I will go ahead and make the announcement now. we have had a lot of people request that we start trading Forex. So we are looking at the possibility of beginning to trade. Now, Alexis, we talked about this. When David is speaking, we don't interrupt. She's just not very well behaved. So anyway, we are looking at the possibility of me actually trading Forex during RTH, and we would start that sometime in early January. I know we've had a lot of questions. The thing is with Forex, and one of the really nice advantages is the market analyzer works exceptionally well on Forex. So we would not only be able to put in the instruments that we want to watch on the futures, but we would also be able to put in probably 4 to 6 of the major currency pairs. We're actually looking at doing that, and that's a conversation we're going to be having shortly. So I wanted to give everybody a heads up on that because I know we've had some requests about that. Yeah, I have the same problem with Alexis. Yeah, she's quite a character, no doubt. Yeah, she will call people's dogs names. Absolutely, absolutely. So Dave, I think we're ready to. Okay, hold on. We've got a question here. Does the NDT have an exit and reverse? Not currently, but what I can tell you is that an exit and reverse button is going to be added sometime in the future. The number one priority that they had at Rightline was to get the auto trader done. The second thing is there is a parameter that they're going to change in the market analyzer to suit it more for our style of trading, which is the trend line trading versus pivot break trading. And I'm not going to get into a lot of detail this evening because I definitely wanted to be finished by 11 or so. But yes, and then the other thing is, I know I had talked about this. I think there are, if you're interested in the auto trader, either put your email in there, say interested in auto trader. I believe there might be 2 licenses left. If there are, we have to do on a first come first served basis. If not, we'll simply go ahead and put you on a waiting list. And they're going to be more made available later this spring. So yeah, that will become available. Okay, so not a problem. Just not a problem. Oh, these are our slides. I hit the wrong one. Not a problem, Justin. And believe it or not, we have 2 sets of inventories. And I don't know if Rory has any in his, but Dave has yours. And so we'll definitely get to you. And Vincent as well. Great, Vincent.
David, there's one. We had somebody purchased it last week. I know you were in the email today going back and forth. He still has not paid for it. So there's one, and talking to Mark, one more. I could sell 2 tonight, 2 auto traders. Like I said, the one gentleman was supposed to pay on Tuesday. He did not. I just reconfirmed it. And okay, we gave him extra 2 days. So that's one. Mark said I could sell 1. So I can sell 1 and I can sell that one because he didn't pay. So we could sell 2. Vincent, is the trend line available in T3? Caesar. So, okay, you guys got my email in the room. If you want the special offer for the $9.99, email me, davehammond67@gmail. Okay, I was looking for the 1 week in the room. Okay, Denny. Yeah, and if you guys want the $2 special for the 1 week in the room, we'll get emails out to all you guys. Not a problem.
Okay. And Caesar, it isn't normally, the trend line is not normally available in the T3, but if you go ahead and take advantage of the Black Friday special, we'll go ahead and add it.
The Auto Trader Hardy is $17.99 on Mark's webinar. We did a $100 off because you were in our night room. So anything that we do, any webinar the night guys do, we took $100 off, and we'll still honor that. So that's what we sold it to everybody else here. So I'm not trying to have everybody pay 100 more. So Mark, on the webinar Mark did, it was $17.99. We took 100 extra off if you bought it through us in the night room. So $16.99.
Yeah, and for those of you that are in the day room that say, I'll just wait, I'll just call Rory. Guess what? He's going to charge you $17.99. We have a better price.
Yeah, always wait for us because I'll always shave a little bit off there for you guys.
And Dave's done a lot of shaving, getting ready for the calendar, by the way. I know that Junkyard Jerry was curious about that. He's going to get those as stocking stuffers, and we appreciate that, Jerry. And
So let
Junkyard
me know.
Jerry is one of our regular traders who will help us out. We'll beta test some stuff, and we want to give a very special Thanksgiving shout out to Junkyard. He's a real gentleman. He contributes a lot to the room, and I think one of the things that people really enjoy about our room is we really have a community of successful, like-minded traders. They're all trying to figure out a better way to skin this cat, and we're not interested in. We don't compete with each other. We're competing against the market, and we compete against other retail traders. And we do a good job at crushing them, and I want everybody to know that. And by
Yeah,
the way,
Vincent,
for those of you that want a real live example, if I wasn't doing a webinar this evening, I actually would have taken this trade right here. I absolutely would have taken the trade and gotten into it. Now what I'm looking at is a potential long setting up on the Aussie dollar, even though we've got fairly low volume. And it's 2 p.m. in Sydney, so the markets are going to be closing. So this is a trade I would look, and that is a strategy. If I want to take a multi-hour trade or potentially take a trade overnight, how do I do that? And that's something that we talk about in the room as well, because there are specific strategies for doing that.
so Hardy and Vincent, put your emails in there and I can send you, okay, Vincent, I just got an email from you. Yep. And Vincent, it is $16.99. I don't know if you're still in the room. I believe you are. I did just get your email. And Hardy, you want to send me an email if you want to get that. Like I said, we got two, first come, first serve. First two people that say I want it, you got it. Justin, and Justin, what are you looking for? I'm getting pounded with emails here, guys. The room special. Okay. You want the week room special, Justin?
Trying to find that slide.
Okay, Justin. Okay. You got Justin has first to confirm he wants the auto trader. You got it, Justin. Like I said, Rory has that link. I'm gonna call. I know, like you said, it's late now. I will. I'll try to get that out to you tomorrow, Justin. I know Roy's not working, but I can probably have him send me the link. Like I said, I know he's dealing with his daughter. She's been sick the past couple of days, and he's got a new baby over there, so it's a little hectic. But we'll get that. We'll get that to you, Justin. Not a problem.
Dave, we still have a full room system. The whole enchilada we're giving away.
Yep. Let me just give me 1 second, Dave.
Yep, not a problem. Ved.
Okay, Justin. Yeah. Okay, no problem, Justin. You were locked in, Justin. So we got one more. First person says I want it. Justin has got one, and I'm just checking all my emails here. I'm getting pounded with emails. Okay.
Oh, that's a really good question. Bart is asking, what do I do when I don't trade, when I'm not trading? That's what I do when I'm not trading. Amity, what part of the country are you in? You're obviously a golfer. Where do you live? Oregon. Oregon has some fabulous places. Was actually supposed to play Bandon Dunes. Was actually supposed to go up and have a custom-made putter. It was a gift from a couple of business partners in a past life of mine, and it was actually the most expensive putter that you could buy. I'd never heard of these putters, didn't know about it. This guy's shop was actually located in Bandon Dunes, and then he ended up moving his shop and his production area down to Austin. Yeah, it was actually yeah, the guy's name, for those of you that are golfers and want to look it up, his name is Dave Edel, Edel. And he no longer makes the putter that he used to make. I mean, on his website, I think his putters are around $400, but the one that I had made was actually closer to 800. It has, yeah, I mean, they spent 2 hours fitting me for it. It has a variable. I have three separate um, faces for the putter, 1, 2, and 3 degrees aloft. And it was, yeah, it was a Christmas present several years ago from some business partners. Because I have a few other businesses that I was involved in. Now I've sort of, I think of myself as semi-retired. I basically trade full time.
And the rest of the story, I bought a putter up at the dollar store last year for $1, and I beat David by 7 strokes.
Yeah, but miniature golf doesn't count.
So, see,
Yeah.
thank you. Now I say, is that a T? My eyes are Amity?
Amity.
No, I beat him by 7 strokes, Gerald, and I gave him 5 strokes, so it was a slaughter. But I still have that putter, my little dollar store putter. It's never been beaten. Best dollar I ever spent, I'll tell you.
Now, Justin, I'm probably going to die with that putter. Plus I made the mistake of telling my wife how much it cost. I told her the whole story, and she's like, "Yeah, well, you'll never buy a putter again." And I have no choice because I signed a prenup, so I got to kind of listen to her. For those of you that live in community property states.
I'm gonna send his wife a picture of my putter. She's gonna like it for $1.
Yeah, yeah, Gerald. Yeah, I know. Never tell the wifey. You know, it kind of reminds me. This is actually my second marriage, and I was single for a really long time. And there was a story. I've lived in 4 countries, 3 continents. So I've been around the block, as they say. And there was a story of this little old man that they interviewed who was 86 years old up in Winslow, Arizona. He was getting married for the 7th time, and the reporter said, "Well, tell me, Grandpa, why at age 86 would you want to get married for the 7th time?" He looked at the reporter. He says, "I tell you what, darling, for the little bit that they eat, I just wouldn't want to be without one." So I think it's pretty applicable. I found a good one, and she's a keeper. So this way I don't have to remember stuff. All right, so just looking, so for those of you that did purchase the last couple of auto traders, there is a disclosure form so that we stay in compliance with the CTFC. I'm not going to go into a long story about that, but we do everything we do is compliant. And part of the link that you're going to be getting is just a disclosure you have to fill out. That's all. We like to keep the CTFC happy. Oh, that's a good, so Perry's asking a great question. How do single men find their stuff? I can't find anything without asking my wife. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know, you know, but we've got some wisdom, the people in this room. That is a good question. And I want to thank everybody for staying up. We had a great response, and hopefully we gave everybody a giggle or two. Dave and I, we try to keep, listen, our focus is on really trader education. If we can give you the very best education that we can on what we believe is the best software, and by the way, you know, in the last 30 years, I spent around $23,000 on software, and I thought I was a heavy hitter. And the reality is, I have a friend of mine who's also a professional trader in Minneapolis or St. Paul's. And I know in the last 20 years, he spent $223,000 because he tracks every dime that he spends. So, you know, we've walked in your moccasins. We've heard your stories. We know that there is no such thing as the Holy Grail, but we know if we can take the focus and put it on avoiding losers, and then begin to stack the odds in your favor, 2 things are going to happen. You're going to build 2 separate accounts. You're going to build a financial capital account, and you're also going to build an emotional capital account. And if there's, you know, one tidbit that hopefully you get out of this evening, that is, an emotional capital account is much more important than a financial account. And the reason is, if you're trading in a system that produces a high win percentage, and that is one of the things that we have the capability of doing, when you have a loser, it's not gonna screw you up. It's not gonna bog you down. It's not gonna cause you to question your intelligence, your system. And the one thing that you'll hear me say, for those of you in the room, have heard this, for those of you coming into the room, is trade your setups. You identify a particular pattern. You look at a setup that only, and for example, if you are an aggressive, let's say that you are a very aggressive trader and that is your style, and you see the indicators that you want setting up, and you're looking for a trade, and as soon as you get an angle down of better than 20%, hold on a second, just a small logistical. Okay, small logistical thing we have to take care of. And you see you've got a VWAP. As soon as that's breaking the VWAP right here, you're using the NDT. To go ahead and sell on a close. So let's say that you've determined that for you and your particular style, you want to be a little more conservative. You say, hey, I looked at the 30-minute chart. I saw where there was a gap or where there's a pivot. I want it to get through the pivot, which means you're looking for the entry here. You're also looking for, instead of a white background, you may be looking for a light pink or a dark pink background. You say, hey, the second I get this, I'm going to go ahead and sell on a close. Or I'm going to sell on it. I'm going to sell on a down close, for example. And then it happens, you're selling on the down close, you're in this trade, and then usually you're going to get out on the second or first or second retracement candle, typically, as we like to see. That's one of our recommendations. So again, it's really about trading your setups, and hopefully one of the things we can help you do is discover and figure out what are your setups, what works for you, what are you most comfortable with, what helps you avoid fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And one of the things that we've discovered, especially in doing these trader performance assessment calls, which usually take between 45 minutes to an hour, where we see new traders get in trouble is FOMO, fear of missing out. And what happens is they're not waiting for their setup, and they're simply being too conservative, and they're entering trades they shouldn't be entering, trades that have a high probability of losing. And as we like to say in the room, hope is not a strategy. And Dave, did you get Greg's request, the one that came at 11:13?
Yeah, let me just check it. I was just talking to Mark for a second. Yep. Justin, if you're still here, I just sent you an email. Justin, Mark is sending you out an invoice right now for the auto trader. So I got a hold of Mark. He's usually up late, and since we're always out of pocket, I went to Mark, and he was in pocket, and he said not a problem. So I just emailed you. It's going to be coming from. Just check your email. I'm not sure if Mark's going to send it from his personal or from like info at Right Line Trading. So, but it's coming out. Please send me room trial. Okay, Greg, got that. Which one am I looking at for, David? I don't want to miss anybody, guys. If you want
the one at 11:13 from Greg K at 11:13.
Yeah, guys, let me put my email in here one more time.
And Gus, yeah, we're looking forward to having you in the room. Justin, our absolute pleasure. This was enjoyable. Again, I appreciate everybody staying up late. We figure you did your shopping, you did your eating, maybe you did your shopping. One of my best friends who lives in Colorado was heading to the outlet mall at Castle Rock.
We've got a bunch of people. I don't want to miss anybody. If you want the Black Friday special, send me an email, davehammond67@gmail. Put Black Friday special or just special in the subject. If you want the room trial, just put 2-day room trial in the subject. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm copying everybody out of here, but I just, sometimes you guys saw how small the stuff is in GoTo. It's it's hard on your eyes. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody because we have a ton of messages. So like I said, just send me an email, say room trial or special. And I've got a list of everybody that asked for the room. I just don't want to miss anybody. So if you don't get an email from you, just.
And Marty, thank you. Oh, so this was, Marty's asking where. So this was.
Yeah, we're not trading. For new people, we're not trading tomorrow. We don't trade on Fridays. For all the new guys in here, everybody's going to be taking the trial or that's looking to maybe take it. We trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at night, 6:30 Central, and then usually 2 pre-market days at 4 a.m. Central. And David's been trading what, Tuesday and Thursday lately, but it
Yeah.
depends. Sometimes he'll move it around. It just depends. But we trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at night, 6:30 Central, and then we'll trade 2 pre-market days, and we'll let you know when you're in the room. In the pro trading room, it's a lot different than this. We have a file. You can go in there at any time of the day or night, log in and see what our room hours are, what days we're closed, and everything. So it's a lot easier. Justin, check your email. Mark just sent your invoice.
So we were doing that day. So Marty, this was taken in Denver in the spring at Arrowhead, which is just, I know, because the first thing is that Sedona? That, because of the Red Rocks, spectacular golf course, and this is one of their signature holes from I think we were playing the Blues. I think it was 168 yards on a steep downhill, plus there's a lake behind you. So it's a challenging par 3. I think I parred the hole. I'm pretty sure it was on regulation. Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah, absolutely. I lived in Arizona, so I got to play up in Sedona quite a bit. It's a lot of fun.
I made a 76-foot putt on that course with my putter, my $1 putter.
Really? Good to know.
Blindfolded.
Yeah.
And Justin, since we're still here, Mark just wanted me to confirm you received, because he might have sent it from his personal email. And Reg, my man, is Reg, you still in here? Yeah, man, I got your email. You're good to go, Reg. We'll talk about it. Like I said, we go way back to the other room, Reg. So I didn't, I didn't even, I knew you'd be back. So we'll talk here this week, and see where you're at in the months. But not a problem, man. Just
Yeah. Yes, Justin. That's
Monday.
correct. That's correct.
Yeah, we'll see you Monday. Yep, Justin. So we'll see you Monday, Reg. But yeah, we'll just let me know when. I know we froze it. You're gone month and a half or whatever. So just let me know when how long you're good, and we'll go over it. But good to see you back, Reg. And like I said, got your email, and not a problem, man. Don't mind holding it for you.
And then Reg, I don't think you were in the room when we added the Asian instruments and the European instruments. So it now gives us a whole bunch more markets to trade. So we get into a really low volume condition. We usually, like, here's a good example. And obviously, we're not going to be trading at 11:20 at night, but this thing is tripping along at 3 contracts a minute, 11 contracts a minute. But the Aussie dollar, I'm sorry, the yen is trading at 70 contracts a minute. I mean, not bad at all, in all honesty, and not terrible.
Computer found.
And also, Reg, I don't know, when you left, we were in the go-to webinar. We're back. We're in the pro trading room. Reg, I think that's over when you were with Jason. That's the room he uses over there.
Oh.
So you'll like that new room, Reg. Got all the bells and whistles. We got a ton of stuff in our room drive. So this week we can really give the people in the room a lot more tools, and we're going to be implementing some more stuff here in the next month in that. So. You get that text that just came through, David?
I did. I think that's his date for this evening.
Yeah.
I think so. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
Oh, Justin, our pleasure.
Do you ever trade?
Steve is asking about the last recording. So, you know what I'm going to do really quickly? Let me see if I can do this.
That's a Madonna song, Reg. I know you love Madonna. Get into the groove. Reg loves Madonna.
I thought Reg was a big Justin Bieber fan.
Now, I love the Jonas Brothers. I'd travel around the country following them if I could, but I didn't have to work.
Okay, so let me show this to everybody just to make it easy as possible. I'm going to pull this up really quickly because for some of you that were in the room in the past, yeah, this was a huge change. So one of the things that we have in the room, just give me 1 second to log into it because it looks radically different. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually project. I'm going to show you it's radically different. 2 licenses left. Okay, so this is what our room looks like. And in it, when we're working, there is a room drive up here, and a room drive has a lot of the information, a lot of things that you're looking for. Number one, the December room times, November room times can be deleted. We know that. So that needs to be deleted. Chart settings, how to fix a BZ indicator, RLT definitions, recordings, transition zone trade guidelines, times, and a whole bunch of different things. And one of the things, the difference is that we can load active videos in here, resources. At any time you can log in and just grab those resources by going into the room drive. Yeah, so it looks different. It's just much easier as a moderator for Dave and I to be able to work in Pro Trading Room. Let me dig into a couple of these and see questions we have. I think we've done a pretty good job of answering everything.
Put that offer up one more time if you can, Dave, in the room, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely happy to.
Got a couple people asking me here.
Yep. Doing it right now, sir.
Devon, are you still in here? I just got your email. I just don't see you in the room, Devon. I think you might have left.
Okay. All right, let me find it again. I'll bring it up one more time. Oh, okay, I got it. Oh, it was right here the whole time. I didn't realize. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, just leave that up just for a second here.
And so Steve was asking about the recordings in the when we change to Pro Trading Room, the recordings are over here in the archives under recordings. That's where they are. And the reason you'll see some of them is 1 minute and 19 minutes. What happened is there was a feature that when I turned off the mic to mute it, for example, if I had to step away from my desk, it would stop the recording. That has since been fixed. So if you see something here that's 1 minute, it was simply me stepping away. And that's why you're seeing 147 minutes, 119, 131 minutes. So that's where the recordings are. And again, you can go ahead, they're kept for 2 weeks, and then we'll go ahead and we're actually looking for another place to archive them because we can only hold 2 weeks worth of recordings. So that's something that we're working on currently. And Mark is saying the recording for this webinar will go out first thing in the morning. Mark is a night owl, so he doesn't mind doing a little work tonight. All right, I think we got through everything. Dave, is there anything else logistically you need to take care of? You need to stick around for a couple minutes to work with a few people in the room?
Yeah, you're just talking to a couple people.
Okay, good, good. I mean, it's late. I could tell the story of the, about the three sailors and the nun, but trying to keep it as clean as I can. And yeah, junkyard, we'll get you taken care of probably Friday. You can get your auto trader connected Friday. Yeah, just a little nuts around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the last giveaway here. Hold on, let me pull
Yeah.
a name out here and give it to David here. Just hold on 1 second.
And this is for the full system. This is everything.
Unknown computer found.
Yep.
Man, Daniel, I love that idea of the pumpkin cheesecake. Ooh, does that sound good? Yeah, grandma's stuffing is usually good stuff. Just going through some of the food. Sweet potato with marshmallow fluff on top. Have to have it. Oh, so Gary was saying, went to daughter's friends who happen to be Mexican and a Bloody Mary-like drink made with beer and a lot of spice. Gary, that is called a michelada. One of the continents I lived on was South America. One of the countries I lived in is Ecuador. And the michelada was very, very popular down there. Yeah, Ron, not a problem. You can do it for later this month.
Okay, there you go, Dave. I just gave you a name. That is the winner of the full system.
Well, huge congratulations to Chad Montgomery. Chad, congratulations. You have won our entire full suite and system worth about $5,000. So huge congratulations to you. I want to thank everybody for sticking around, for being in the room. Hopefully we showed you some insights and some ways to be able to trade in the evening. We know that we've got a good system. We've got great proven results. We've got some fabulous people. And just thank everyone for their time, their support, and their ears.
And real quick, Chad, I'm sending you an email. I just sent you a private message. Make sure that's the email that's good for you, the one you signed up for. I'm sending an email right now. And like I said, we'll get probably not tomorrow. Roy will not be in the office, but we'll CC him and you on the email. Let him know you've won the full package. He'll get the package sent out to you. And like I said, if you need help setting that up, I know you're not a member, we will, any help you need setting it up on your charts and everything, he will do that for you. Roy will take it from here, but I'll CC him on the email. He'll get the package sent out to you and everything. You got any questions, just reply back to Roy in that email or just let me know. And congratulations. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Dave, are you caught up in everything you need to be caught up on?
Yes, still talking to a couple people here, so.
Okay.
But yeah, just leave it open. I'll be here just for a minute, just dealing with just a couple people.
So Dave, I'm gonna mute my mic, but that should not affect you.
Gotcha.